Hello all, this is Sculpt January number 2, and this time I'm doing a mask. Again, I'll put the website link in the description. Good to get involved with these sort of things, increases your abilities. So I start off with a plane and build the mask shape this time. It would be very difficult to sculpt that with just a cube or something like that. So I start off with the shape and then I go into sculpt mode. Keeping it really basic because the main thing is to do sculpting rather than modelling. And it is perhaps the case that this shape might have been easier to do a bit more modelling and then just sculpt the precise details. But it's Sculpt January, so I was going to have some fun with my sculpting. I made a mistake in this. I went too high detail too early on, so make sure you don't do that. And I reduced the detail a bit later on to make it easier on myself. Again, the main tools I'm using at the moment, using the grab tool, but it's the draw brush and the crease brush, and obviously holding control down to give it a pinch brush. And so this is kind of hard surface modelling. You just keep using the pinch and the crease, or that's how I do it anyway. And I'm just drawing out lines for the detail in the mask. I did find it was a very time-consuming process to get the edges looking sharp, and they weren't even very sharp by the end of it, but I had spent an hour on it and I thought that would do. A bit later on I use the flatten brush. I'm still really not sure about that one, but it seemed to work okay. For the bits in between, I'm smoothing them out, and whilst I'm using these brushes, I'm often smoothing and then creasing and then smoothing and then creasing. It seems to help the topology into place and give sharper lines. That's what I always find really tricky with hard surface modelling, is the points and edges. Organic modelling tends to be a lot more forgiving. Yep, so here's me using the flatten brush, just trying it out. Like I say, it worked okay. I used it for the very edges. I'm not sure whether I used the best workflow for this. I probably should have just kept with the plane and solidified right at the end. And you can see me trying a few things out, and then I just went for the sort of line edges again in the end. I'm not sure how many of these videos I'm going to do, because it takes a little while for the recordings to render and so forth, and to put a commentary over the top. Not that it takes that long, but I'm about to start teaching again after the holiday break, so we'll see how I get on. What I might do is just give myself a time limit on each of these. They might end up being a lot rougher than these ones though. Not that these ones are that great. Here I am baking out the last bits. I went to cycles, the bake went wrong, so I went back to Blender Render. Blender Render does seem to bake a lot better than cycles. I quite liked the model in the end, and I thought maybe eventually I'll go back and do some proper texturing and painting, but for now, here's the final piece. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching, and all the links are below. Try and get involved. Enjoy. See you there.